Hello and welcome back to this second stage of this Ecourse in Statistics in SPSS. In front of you have a data set which I've opened with SPSS, and you'll have a copy of this emailed to you. In the first column you'll see that we've got the ID number, so each individual who took part in this experiment has been given a unique number. In the next column, I've categorised them as either female or male. In the third column, I've identified their age. In the next column, they've been assigned to one of two groups. The first group had some confidence building classes, and the second group had some maths skills development. In the next column, I've got their results on a test of their fear of statistics. And then I've also taken a test of their academic confidence. And when you started this course, completed the academic confidence scale yourself. Then after they have undertaken the intervention, either the math skills training or the confidence building, they then retake those tests on their fear of statistics and their academic confidence. And then I'm also interested in whether their fear of statistics and confidence levels have been maintained 3 months after the experiment. I've also got some exam results for these participants on a statistics course. So I'm going to demonstrate now with SPSS how you would obtain the mean, the median, the standard deviation and a histogram with a normal curve. I'm then going to show you how to get a test of the normality of the data. That is important because we're going to be looking at whether there are any differences between these two groups on these scales. And we need to know whether our data is parametric or non-parametric in order to choose the right statistical test. So first let's get the mean and the median. Go to Descriptive Statistics under Analyze, then go to Frequencies. Let's just get this data for confidence time 1. So you select the variable you want to look at and put it in the next column. Click on Statistics. We'd like to look at the mean, the median, the standard deviation, and let's look at the minimum and maximum score on this scale as well. Click on Charts to get a histogram, and click on With a Normal Curve to get that as well. Click on OK, and you will get an output screen which tells us that we're looking at this variable, confidence time 1. The number of participants in this is 30. We've got an average, a mean of 19 on this scale, and a median of 20. And a standard deviation of 5.4. So this standard deviation is a fairly suggests that the mean is a fairly good representation of the data because the standard deviation is quite small in comparison with the mean. The lowest score on this scale is 11 and the highest score on this scale is 29. The next box or table here shows us the frequency of which each score occurred. So one person obtained a score of 11 on this scale, 2 people obtained a score of 12 on this scale, and you'll recognise this way of displaying the data because it's what you need to draw a histogram or with a normal curve. And there it is, showing that this is very likely to be a nice normal distribution on which we could do parametric tests. But to confirm that, we are going to do a test of normality. So go to Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, and go down to Explore. Select confidence time 1. We need to do plots, so select plots and then go into this box here. We need to have a normality plot with test. We don't need to have box plots or histograms here. We've already had a look at the histogram, and what we're really interested in here is a normality plot with the tests. So press continue and OK. The output window then shows us that we're dealing with this variable, confidence time 1. Again, there are 30 valid responses on this scale. And here's the list of, there's 2 tests of normality here, and this is the one that is the most accurate, so pay attention to the Shapiro-Wilk test. With every statistical analysis, you will get a value of the statistic, you'll get the degrees of freedom, and you'll get a significance value, which is otherwise known as a p-value. Now, the degrees of freedom is used to calculate whether the difference occurred by chance or not, and the significance value is what we're interested in because that tells us whether or not there is a difference. Now, what this test is actually doing is looking at a normal curve and saying, is your data set different to that normal curve or not? Now, we want it to be the same as that normal curve, so we're looking for a non-significant difference. If we wanted a significant difference, we'd be looking for a difference between these 2 data sets. In that case, we'd be looking for a p-value that was less than 0.05. Here we have a p-value of 0.07, which is what we want. It suggests that there is no difference between a normal distribution and our data. Often in SPSS you will get all sorts of information that you don't necessarily need, but the important thing is to know what to pay attention to in order to make the decision you need to take. And in this case, for a test of normality, pay attention to the Shapiro-Wilk test and this p-value, which must be greater than 0.05. Now you've got this data, so I'd like you to have a go at exploring the data on your own. Look at the sphere of statistics for time 1. Look at this data. Get the mean, median, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, and a histogram with a normal curve, and then get your test of normality and let me know what you come up with, and then I'll send you the next presentation in the course. Thanks.